Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to take a 2021 Lexus GX down Burns Canyon Road, also known as 2N02. This is a road that essentially goes from near Pioneer Town, a town called Rimrock. Take note of this Tacoma right there. We're going to see that truck later, that truck that was on the right. Anyway, it goes from essentially Pioneer Town or Rimrock, California, up into Big Bear, California. So it's essentially a back way to get to Big Bear, California. And this can be traversed either way. It can be, you could take it from the desert to Big Bear, or Big Bear down to the desert. So as you see here, it essentially starts off as just a dirt road, and pretty easy, and it starts to go up into elevation a little bit, and you get a little bit more rocky formations as you go along. The internet ranks this trail as easy to moderate, and by the end of this video you'll be able to decide for yourself what ranking you would give it. And then you can decide if you'd like to go down this trail or not. So I'm basically going to describe what you get as you move along. As you can see, it's pretty much a dirt road. And again, this is the beginnings of the trail, starting from Rimrock, aka the desert side. And we're going to move up through Burns Canyon and into the mountains to get to Big Bear, California. The vehicle used in this video for your reference is a 2021 Lexus GX460. It has a cut bumper, cut side rails, and a thicker than stock front skid plate. Everything else is stock. The tires used are the all seasons that came with the car. They're Michelins, and there's no lift. It's at stock height, which for this vehicle I believe is 8.6 inches. It's a very beautiful trail. As you can see, there were some Joshua trees there earlier and some yucca trees, and then it's going to lead into pine trees, live oaks, and the juniper tree, which make a very fragrant smell if you're into this sort of thing. Those are the three dominant ones as we move up the mountain here and get a little rockier, as you see. The Joshua trees and the yucca trees will transition or make way into the live oak trees, which kind of look like a holly leaf, like a Christmas holly leaf. And then the juniper trees, which I don't know how to describe those, but they make these purple berries, which I believe are edible. So you may see the purple berries on them some time of the year. So That's a juniper tree, and then of course the dominant species up here, which would be the pine tree. So as you move up in elevation, you will eventually get to nothing but pine trees. Now around this area, as you move up the mountain, you're going to basically encounter a shelf road. And it's nothing too extreme, it's just it is indeed a drop off to your left or driver's side, and you want to be careful here because it is narrow. And during this trip there was a group of Jeeps, maybe three or four Jeeps and a 4Runner, coming the opposite way through this narrow shelf road area that you're seeing here. So they were coming down while we were going up, and we had to pull over and let them through. This is a in the frame there, you saw a Toyota Tacoma, and it's lifted on some big tires, and it's right behind us, and we pull aside to let it kind of go forward. And if you ever wanted to see if a GX could keep up with not a stock Tacoma, but a lifted Tacoma on probably 33-inch tires, very large tires, the answer is yes, very easily. No truck is better than the other. It's not about that. It's just if you were curious to the capabilities of either truck, well, you'll see for yourself here, because we eventually easily catch up to the lifted Tacoma with the very large tires, and definitely all-terrain tires on that vehicle. So it's just a testament to the GX460. They're both Toyotas, so again, it's not about one being better than the other. It's just highlighting the capabilities of both vehicles. If you're in the world market rather than the North American market, this vehicle will be known as the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. And but here in the North American market, it's the Lexus GX460. So there, as you can see up ahead, is the Tacoma with a GX460 on its tail. Now, it's not a stock Tacoma, it's a lifted Tacoma on monster truck tires. So keep that in mind, as this is a GX behind it on all-season tires on the stock height and the stock tires. So it's always fun to have somebody else on the trail that's not really slowing you down. And you get to check out other cool trucks, as this person's truck was definitely cool. But the GX has no problem. We're just giving him space, and up ahead we'll give him even more space because there's really no reason to be this close, other than to check out his cool truck, which is exactly what we were doing. The views are absolutely gorgeous on this trail. Off to your left there's even some motorcycle loops, so a little bit of a parallel road where that only motorcycles can fit down. And just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous day, gorgeous mountain air. If you like this sort of thing, you'll love it. And there goes the Tacoma around with the GX behind. And that's enough of that. So, again, it's always fun. But as we go above here and look a little further down the road, you'll get an idea of the drop off and just the beautiful scenery. Again, the trail is ranked as easy to moderate. But you're seeing in this video the terrain for yourself. So it goes from dirt road. As you go up the mountain, it gets rockier, then larger rocks and larger ruts. So pretty typical stuff for, you know, this type of shelf road area. The tires are at stock pressure, so 32 psi. The Tacoma, the lifted Tacoma with large tires in front of us that you saw in the beginning of the video was airing down when we passed them, so you know, do what you will. It's just for reference, so you get an idea of what you want to do when you take this trail. It's a relatively frequently traveled trail. This was filmed on a Sunday, and we saw maybe a total of almost 8 vehicles when you count them all up. 2, as we'll see down the road here, well, one was stuck and the other was rescuing the individual. So my point is, it's not a desolate trail by any means. So if you were to have some sort of issue, the probability of another driver coming through this area is high. There was even a motorcyclist, so that would bring the vehicle count up to about 10 on this trail, which is, I believe, approximately 26 to 28 miles in one direction. You can take this one way and just stop at Big Bear and take a different way back. Whereas we did, it was such a beautiful day and such beautiful scenery that at the end here we just turned around and went back. That's not going to be in this video, but that's just what we did because it was so beautiful. So you have options. There are some branch offs to other trails and roads along the way as well. So after the shelf road, ends kind of starts to get flatter as you go up in elevation. And by flatter, I just mean there is no drop off to your driver's side there anymore. And things start to even out a bit. So one person up ahead got stuck the previous night.
How you doing? Good.
Hey, do you know which is the one that goes to Big Bear?
Oh, just 2802. Or yeah.
Up, right?
Yeah, so just keep following it.
Yeah, my brother did this last night. I can't pick him up, so yeah.
Back down on the ground. Get a better idea of what the terrain's like. And it's rocky, but not too bad. And there's just different paths that you can take, so the road widens essentially. And since it widens, if you don't like the look of the road in one area, you can certainly pick a different way to go, as seen here. And this is pretty much it. As you go up here, you can see that the pine trees are bigger. Look how big those pine trees are now. That's all you see. And you basically just roll up into Big Bear. That's it. And you can take a multitude of ways back the way you came from Big Bear. In other words, back to Rimrock or Yucca Valley. Or you can go in a different direction. So you're in Big Bear. So if you've enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, please remember to like and subscribe for future videos with similar content. Thank you and have a great day.